Welcome to Point Blank. This is your host, Panama Crypto. Today our guest is Pierre Crypto. He's an amazing crypto trader. He's one of the four horsemen analysts in the Haven, a crypto trading group. Welcome, Pierre. Good to have you in Point Blank, my man.
Hey, thanks, Panama. Thanks for having me.
Sweet, let's kick it off. So, who is Pierre in real life? What does Pierre do?
Hey, mate. So I'm 26 years old, engineer living in France. Yeah, and I'm a crypto trader too. Basically trying to balance my life between my job as an engineer and as a crypto trader.
So, what do you do in your free time? What are your hobbies?
I have two main hobbies. One is esport and mainly Counter-Strike. I've been playing this game since I'm like 8 or 9 years old, thanks to my older brother. And I'm also a huge football fan since I'm a kid, like many French people.
You play Call of Duty?
No, I never played Call of Duty because I'm what people call PC master race. I've always played PC rather than PlayStation or Xbox. When I was like 8 or 9 years old, my brother showed me Counter-Strike, and I never played anything else. Mainly Counter-Strike, StarCraft, and Dota.
Oh, nice. Well, actually, you can play Call of Duty on PC too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but back then, I believe in in 2000, 2005, 2010, it was the community on computer was much more driven by Counter-Strike than Call of Duty.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, how did you get into crypto?
Well, as I was saying, I'm beside crypto. I'm an ICT engineer, and I discovered crypto during my studies. I was living in Stockholm in 2015 and 2016, so in Sweden, and in KTH for the Swedish people that are potentially following you. And I had this course about distributive systems. It was an introduction more than anything else, and the teacher used Bitcoin as an example and as an experiment, an actual living distributing system. And I was fascinated by it. I was hooked, and that was either the end for me or the beginning, depending on how you see it. That's how it started. I forgot about crypto, not forgot, but I was a broke student living in Stockholm, so life is very expensive back there, and I didn't have much to invest besides some pennies. So I basically forgot about it and came back to crypto in late 2016, early 2017, once again, thanks to my older brother. And I never looked back. And since then, I've basically spent more than 10 hours per day in crypto.
What current crypto projects you got going on?
In last May, we launched a trading group with three of my best friends in the market, Yubi, Loma, and Krillin. It's a project we wanted to do for a long time with Loma, but we really wanted to find two other analysts we are comfortable with to do that, because the main goal is definitely not to be some sort of another paid senior group or anything else. The main goal remains to be educational and basically a premium version of what we already deliver for free on Twitter and Telegram, but a little bit more advanced, much more advanced actually. And we launched that in June, so it's been 3 months, and it's been doing okay. It's been doing very great. I believe the timing to launch this was very good because we basically launched this at the beginning of the altcoins mania, I would say. So that was a good timing. And so the main goal of the Haven is, as I was saying, to be an educational group. We mainly focused on explaining what we are looking at on the market on a daily basis, not only on trades we take or what we are looking to take, but also how we interpret a price action, how we the thought process behind our analysis, because the main goal isn't. I would say that the philosophy of the group is basically the philosophy of the way what we share for free on Twitter and Telegram. I have never shared how I would say that. For example, I would much rather help someone understand why I'm taking a setup rather than just delivering it like this. It's the old sentence, give a fish to a man and he will eat for one day, teach him how to fish and he will eat for his entire life. That's basically that. Our main goal is not to have the same members for forever. If someone is leaving the group, it's basically a success for us. Like it would mean that he came to understand what we do and is profitable on his own. He learned what he wanted to do and went back to anything else. We're obviously happy to when members are staying, especially when they're active members. But yeah, the main goal is definitely educational. We obviously give examples of our educational contents. Uh, but yeah, so we often do we try to do weekly basis live streams where we discuss the markets, where we discuss other markets than crypto, especially recently where the correlation with dollar and stock market has been insane. And yeah, we try to do that on a weekly basis. And there are many other things coming in the few next months. It's only a 3-month-old project so far, so we are really attentive to members' feedbacks, and we try to implement what we can in the short term to improve the group, so people can actually enjoy the experience much more.
I'm really happy for you guys. Congratulations on the heaven. I've seen the return reports that Loma posts of each peak of each month. The performance has been amazing. So Pierre, how France is doing compared to other countries in crypto adoption? How does the crypto taxation look like there?
That's a very interesting question, and I think it really depends. In terms of adoption, it's our government, the Macron government, has always said that it wanted to be a crypto nation, and a startup nation, crypto nation. But we haven't seen much from them since they arrived, mainly because we had many other issues. I believe anyone knows about it, but I would say it's all right in terms of adoption. We have a few good projects, with the most important one being iExec, the cloud decentralized company. Beside that, I don't know much about any other French projects. So I would say that in terms of companies, there are still a lot of things to do. And in terms of adoption, in being able to pay in crypto, this is still very anecdotic. Actually earlier this week, Just Eat announced that they were accepting Bitcoins in France. I'm not quite sure it's only in France, but at least in France. But beside that, there are not a lot of places where you can spend your crypto. There are more and more, a few pubs, a few restaurants. But beside that, we cannot really say that there is much adoption. For example, when I was living in Sweden, in Stockholm, there were Bitcoin ATMs here and there, and it was only 2015. And in 2020, I don't remember seeing any Bitcoin ATM in France, for example. And when it comes to the crypto taxation, everybody knows that taxation is a French thing. We basically tax everything we can, and it changes a lot. Basically every year we see something new. For now, they are doing a crypto to fiat taxation. We are not taxed on our crypto to crypto transactions, but every time you send your crypto back to your bank account, you need to pay a flat tax of around 30% or something like this. But it's still very new, and I believe they are still working on making it clearer for people who are holding cryptocurrencies. It's still some sort of a gray area, but yeah, for now it's crypto to fiat with a flat tax.
And for example, if you wanted to cash out some um, gains of sushi or something like that. If you swap sushi into USDT and you send it to a friend and he sends you cash, are you obliged to pay taxes on that or not?
um, I have never been in that situation, but I would say that as it's a crypto to fiat transfer, even if it's not my bank account, it could be traced, I believe, and I would most likely pay taxes on it. But as I just said, there are a lot of gray areas, and whenever you ask not the government, but every time you ask the the equivalent of IRS in France, I don't even know the name. Uh, every time you ask them, they basically cannot answer. So I've never been in that situation, to be honest. Every time I'm cashing out crypto, I'm doing it the old way, banking from Coinbase, from Kraken to my bank account, basically.
So you pay your taxes every time you cash out.
Yeah. At the end of the year, you have to say how much do you hold for how long, and you have to send information of the transactions you've made from your bank account to crypto and crypto to bank account, and you have to pay taxes on them. And I actually believe that exchanges have to give, not all exchanges, obviously, not an exchange like Binance, but for example, Kraken or Coinbase, they have to give the taxes informations about the transactions you've made, basically, and the quasi.
I'm glad that I'm not living in France.
Well, yeah, it's no surprises that we are overly taxed in France, but it's also, I mean, it's everything that is a contradiction in France. We want to be a crypto nation, we want to be a startup nation, but we don't do much tax wise for people to be attracted to work here. In Europe right now, many crypto companies are going to Portugal, to Estonia, to places that are crypto friendly, and most importantly, yeah, tax friendly. But yeah, France is France.
This episode is brought to you by PrimeXBT, the exchange that makes possible to trade with leverage on legacy markets from a single Bitcoin based account. Changing a bit of subject here, how
Yeah,
France fare with the COVID?
it's been weird, just like for anybody else. It's been truly weird. At first, and like many other countries, we faded COVID. I think the first news about COVID arrived in France around mid-January, and we only got locked down and we only understood how serious this shit was around early March. I was in holidays back then. I was supposed to go skiing, and I ended up being locked down. Um, we've been locked down for a little bit more than a month and a half, even more. I think we've been locked down for 2 months, from mid-March till early May. And from then, we've been forced to have masks first in pubs, restaurants, subways, things like this. And now we need to wear masks, even in the streets, at work, pretty much every time you're not in your place. So I would say that we've been dealing with this basically like many other countries, maybe a bit, I wouldn't say better because we can always do better, but we had the chance to see our neighbors, the unfortunate chance, obviously, to see our neighbors get into troubles before us, like Italy and Spain got in bad place like 1 month before. So we've seen things coming, yet it was not enough. But yeah, at least it wasn't as bad as in Italy and Spain, I believe.
What assets you currently holding and why in both legacy and crypto?
I'm almost entirely focused on crypto. I'm mainly a trader. I'm the only assets that are the only crypto assets that I truly hold, just like many other people, are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few others that I've been able to buy at lower prices, like Polkadot. But I don't have many holdings beside my spot Bitcoin and Ethereum folio, especially during the last 2 weeks with stock markets going down and dollar going strong. I've been mainly in USDT and outside of my Bitcoin stack. So yeah, I'm fully invested in crypto. I don't have stocks or things like this, and I believe it might be a mistake. But for now, I'm mostly focused on crypto. And yeah, Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So have you been doing any yield farming?
I would love to say I did. Unfortunately, I didn't. I was focused on other things. I've been handling the entire Uniswap madness quite okay. Most likely thanks to one of my partner, Krillin, LSD in my coffee in in Twitter. That's his handle name. That's his Twitter handle. He's a very good fundamental trader, and he's very good at spotting trends and very in advance, like Uniswap, like the entire Polkadot trend. And thanks to him, I've managed to not met the best of Uniswap because it always can be better. But yeah, I think I've been doing okay. But no, unfortunately, I'm not farming, and this is something I will most likely focus on from here. If markets were to cool off, slow down a bit, retrace, and give space for legitimate projects to develop, I will most likely take some time to learn more about yield farming, learn more about how it's working, things to be careful about, because I still have my 2017 stock market PTSD. I would much rather miss something as crazy as that and know what I'm doing if/when I'm eventually going for it. Because right now I don't know enough, and yeah, the risk is too big for me.
So Pierre, what cryptocurrencies you are most hyped about?
It's an interesting question. I would say that it's if you're bullish on crypto right now, it's very hard not to be bullish on the entire Ethereum ecosystem and Polkadot ecosystem. Um, we are actually, like, I know it's crazy to say because it's already a multi-billion industry, but people trading on Uniswap or trading, gambling, call it whatever you want, they are actually using Ethereum, and they are say that I'm very hyped about the entire Ethereum ecosystem, the entire Polkadot ecosystem, but I'm also hyped about a few exchanges and a few people in this industry that are actually being really innovative. I think everybody understood that I'm talking about Sam. I believe that this is the kind of person we need in the markets right now. We need people that are pushing forward, that are delivering, and therefore I'm quite hyped about the entire FTX, Serum, Solana, Trinity, I would say. So yeah, and obviously Bitcoin, because we are all doing that in the end goal of grabbing as much Bitcoin as possible.
So off to the last question. 2020 closing, what you expect from the rest of it?
This is another very interesting and good question, and a very hard question. At the end of this year, we are expecting a US election, and we all know, and we all saw how easily, I would say, US have been manipulating the markets. It's been absolutely insane, and I think it's a bit, I have no idea, to be honest, because everything could turn to shit if US election were to be canceled or whatever like this. And at the moment we are doing this podcast, we are actually at a very important moment, in my opinion, because We are at a point where the dollar is gaining strength compared to the last few weeks to months, and it's actually starting to show some potential reversal, yet to be confirmed, but potential. And on the other hand, American stock market printed a new all-time high, and but yet didn't haven't been able to hold the previous highs from earlier this year. So it's like it's very weird. But if I'm being optimistic, I would say that at least till the elections, the U.S. election, we could see stock market doing well, maybe ranging, maybe pumping back to all-time high. And if that's the case, we could see Bitcoin doing well. And if Bitcoin goes well, I believe we're gonna see a continuation on altcoins, because many of them have been printing some higher time frames reversal structures. So many of these coins from 2017, 2018 have finally, for a few of them, finally found some floors, I believe, or at least they are trying. So I want to be optimistic, but the entire fact that all the markets are in the hands of Trump and the US elections is very scary to me. So yeah, I want to be optimistic, and I want to believe that the crypto bull market will go on. So far, the structure makes me think that we cannot say it's done. But yeah, I think we will have a much clearer idea post-US election, in my opinion.
And with that, we end our episode. I'm very happy to have hosted Pierre on Point Blank. Thanks for coming on, man. Can you tell us where we can find you?
First, thank you for having me again. It was really cool. There are a few places where you can find me. I would say that the first one is my Twitter account at Pierre_crypto with a 0. You can also find me on Telegram. I have a Telegram channel where I'm a little bit less active than I used to be, because I'm still trying to find balance between my multiple channels. This Telegram channel is a Pierre_crypto with a 0 _public. And finally, if you're interested in joining the Haven, you can find the waiting list on the Haven Twitter account. So the Haven Crypto, all attached.
Thanks for listening. Until next time, peace. This episode was brought to you by PrimeXBT, the exchange where you can trade without KYC on legacy markets with your Bitcoin. You can trade commodities like gold, silver, oil, even indexes and forex. Join now and get a 50% bonus on top of your deposit for trading at u.primexbt.com/Panama.